It's January 6th, and this is volume 21, finally. But take a look at this coming up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's right. This one's actually located here in the States. A little expensive, but I think it's worth it, maybe. Thinking about it. At first I thought the alarm wasn't there and it was just the box, but as you can see, there it is right there. Yeah, here it's got the 12.6 volt battery. So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely considering this. Next up we come to this. It's an M-Heart. It's actually made by Gateway Scientific. Even though the second gen 035 like I have, it's in my collection. That was also made by them, but this has a different cover, as you can see. I had one similar to this, but mine was branded as Smoky Stover. The two versions of these, the horns, they're both electronic, but like the one I had was a pulsing, and there was one on a TV news segment that was continuous. And here's one of these travel detectors. I've seen that, of course, because I found one at the Goodwill here in Rochester, the new one. So you saw that in my thrifting special video, and then of course I made a dedicated video for that. Now what I meant earlier about not finding anything was, like for the past month or so I would find something, maybe one or two things per day, but not enough for me to create an installment, if you will. The one alarm I'd like to find, by the way, there's an FX1218, but what I'd like to find is, I mentioned this before, is one of those second gen Gentex GX100s, especially the line cord model, because as I mentioned, it was used in WSVH in their dorms. And actually coming up in June, we're going to have a big alumni reunion. I'm looking forward to that. So on to the next day. So it's the 10th. Didn't see anything today, but it's time to bid on this alarm, as you saw with the lower third there. I noticed that it actually had the UL listing instead of ULC, so they actually did have them here in the States. That's actually the Bio Business Center. When I was recording this, they had a fire alarm call there. Might not be easy to hear, but it's actually temporal 3 chime. It's kind of surprising for, a non-hospital situation. But anyway, placed the bid, so let's hope I get it. Yeah, it's crunch time. Less than 30 seconds left. Surprisingly, this time I didn't get as nervous, if you will. But I was still nervous about getting sniped. You remember last time? Seconds of the auction, especially when this happens. Yep, got sniped, but I still got it. Yep, but thankfully, I didn't this time. And then the message comes up, and I got it. So of course, as always, expect the video. So we go to the 18th. Now take a look at this. That's interesting, isn't it? I was thinking, what the heck? That's using the horn like they use in BRKs, but the sensor's different. Then I noticed the listing. It says BRK 9120B. So that's interesting. Because we all know about the plastic sensors that they've used ever since the 90s, and they still use today, these. They did use one that looked similar to that before, the plastic ones, but they were prone to false alarms. And of course they had one even before that, the larger ones that they used on the SA76 RCs. Now it says the 9120B, that's the ones that have the two buttons on either side, and of course the battery backup. So you can see the terminals there where they'd hook up the battery connectors. So that's interesting. So we go to February 1st now. Let's see what they have today, if anything. First of all, though, is these Firetronics PEC3. They're pretty cool. Not $100 cool, though. Next, this smoke guard. I think that's a different listing than what we've seen before. Picture looks different. Could be wrong. Then there's this power detector here. This is before their smoke panel. I think it was after the round one. This is what they had in the Kaler. You saw the picture of that in my tour video. Now I zoom in here. I think that's the horn up there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Possibly. And then this big, huge lot of alarm equipment here. See all those ESLs there. Of course I don't need those anymore because I got one from the Associated Bank building. You saw that. Another thing I noticed is those 7002s, they're actually white and beige. So that's pretty cool. On to the next day. So we go to the second. Right away there is the Guardian. It's the R1X, which is different because I have the FRU1L. Notice that cool picture there. See it closer next. Once I finally decide to scroll here, here's the side. Right there, early warning ionization detector provides the earliest possible warning of a fire. That's a lie and we all know it. Here's the back. Notice the long wire and then the screw terminals and the adapter. So I think it's a DC adapter, and then once I finally decide to scroll again here, you can see the wires are stripped, so you'd wire them into screw terminals just like you would a light switch or a fire alarm. So that's pretty cool. Here's a close-up of the picture there. I think you can just see that wire hanging down. And there's the other sides of the box. It's pretty cool. Might consider it. It's February 15th. You might hear some pounding in the background. They're working on the apartments around me. But anyway, first thing, and pretty much the only thing, is this Sears remote signaling device. Pretty cool. See the detector on the box. Then when I scroll to this picture, you can see the horn there. Looks mechanical. And then if you heard that whining, that's against construction from 77. I zoom in on the picture of the alarm there. Not sure if they use a radio transmitter or the house wiring. If you use the radio transmitter, I have a friend who had gotten a detector with the transmitter in it, so he'd be interested. Posted it to the smoke detector group on Facebook, and there's that noise again. Anyway, on to the next day. So we go to the 16th. As you can see, searching, waiting for stuff to load. It finally does, and the app crashes. But anyway, about that remote signaling device we saw yesterday, my friend who has the detector, he looked in his manual and he said that would be compatible. So he's probably going to get it. That's pretty cool. That's all I wanted to tell you about today. So it's the 18th. Yesterday I was at my sister's place and helped them install their new alarms finally. If you remember from last year, the ones I got them for Christmas, it's a kit of CO and photoelectric alarms. So we installed them in the upstairs hallway, which is just a regular combination CO and ionization alarm. One in their bedroom, their daughter's bedroom, my son's bedroom in the basement, which were just the plain kit of FireX ones. It was pretty quick and painless because all he had to do was take the alarm off the bracket, plug in the new one, and put it back in. I got to keep the one with the upstairs hallway. Then they're going to donate the other ones to the local restore. It's a Habitat for Humanity run thing. Anyway, the only thing I saw today was this Consumer Reports from 1976. It's pretty cool. Definitely considering that. You can see the Guardian FB1 there. And then there's this. They have a RV show going on this weekend. And everyone I saw, doesn't matter which brand, model, or class, had this. Didn't matter if it was a Jayco, Starcraft, Coachman, or even Winnebago. Every single one had that one. You'd think they could have had other ones too, like the Lifesavers, the Microprofile, the Atom, Universal, like some of these even. But nope, every single one was that. That was weird. But anyway, on to the next day. So we go to February 28th. First thing I saw was this. One of those water pick alarms. As you can see, the auction price is a little high, but take a look at the buy it now. That's pretty ridiculous. Then take a look at these pictures. really blurry. I mean, come on, sellers, you think you could take better pictures than that? Then we go to this. There's one on display at the Lowe's here in Rochester. Not sure if it's that unit or all of these, but at least that one had really poor audio quality. Here, take a listen.
Halo is able to detect the early signs of smoke and will warn you immediately with pulsing amber lights, a voice alert, and a notification on your smart device. Caution: smoke detected in the family room. Press the Halo button to hear more.
But in its defense, I guess the first alerts and kiddo ones with the talking alarm you can get at your normal store, they have pretty crappy sound too, because they're just using teeny speakers. I guess I'm comparing it to like the Nest Protect, and then more than likely the first alert high-end one, like their smart alarm. And of course they're coming out with a fancy one now that has the Amazon you-know-what built in, or the Google Assistant. So that'll have good speakers too. So we'll go to March 2nd. First thing I saw was this. We've seen that plenty of times though, that new tone. I've seen it plenty of times. But then here's these, the EDD5i again. It's been a while since I've seen these, because they were just finally relisted. Now take a look at this cool sticker here. As you can see, it looks like a first alert, but it only has 5 sections. And then there's that catalog that we just saw a little bit earlier. And then here's this FireX, another FX1020. But then take a look at the back of the box. As you can see, once the image clears up, it's juxtaposed against the BRK79R, so that's funny. And the last thing for today is that. We've seen that plenty of times, and then the 907 is there, which we've also seen plenty of times. So on to the next day. So we go to March 7th now. There's a 4618 there. And here comes a Sears with a thermal sensor on it. As you can see, it's pretty cool. So once I finally click into it, or tap into it if you say, there we go. You can see it's got the piezo horn there. Test button, there's a closer view. There's the box. Back. It's back at the detector. It's the Gateway Scientific. I'd like to have the BRK version. But anyway, there's one of those water pick alarms. Now we go to the 9th. Pretty much the only thing I saw was those Pyrotronics TI2s. Pretty cool, but not for 213 some. So we go to March 10th and take a look at that. Especially the ones on the left. They're about the size of the 9710s. But as you're going to see, they're all conventional detectors. So that's pretty cool. So I wonder if the original version of those conventional detectors were the larger ones. Maybe. But sadly, the listing on it, for some reason, they weren't sold or anything. I'll have to get in contact with the seller, see if he still has any. Because I'd be interested if there are. So we go to March 14th now. Take a look at that. Really cool old Vanguard Pyrotector. As you can see, it's got buzzer or bell on it, so it's probably got a electromechanical horn. And once this image cleared, you can see right on the right there, I think that's the horn right on the right. As you can see there, Deco Products, National Housewares. That's pretty cool. Maybe. You can see there, it's a line cord powered. So here's an SA76 RS. They're pretty cool. I always say pretty cool, but anyway, yeah, I like these. I always have. Even though it's the one I was always scared of. Because we had one in Janesville, Wisconsin that sounded like the Wheelock MT tone, except it was continuous and loud. You can see there, it's got the lone bend in the center. And that one's in Michigan and not Wisconsin. There's those manuals though. Then we go to the 16th. There's that cold monthly escape light again. But this is the one with the probably the blue Murata horn, unlike the beige horn that we saw earlier. So we come to this. Unlike the listing, this is actually just a gas detector, like you'll see on the label. As you can see, it's 120 volt line cord powered. There's the label. As you can see, it gas and toxic fume detector, poisonous fume detector. It's got an electromechanical horn. It's just got the basic 120 hertz buzz like the FireX detectors of the day did. and the other electromechanical AC alarms, smoke alarms that is. So we'll go to the 19th. After all these days, I finally decided I'm going to ask that guy about those simplex alarms, as you can see, or detectors, not alarms. So we'll see what he says. So later that night, I got the notification that he had responded. So here it is. But sadly, yep, they're sold. Doesn't matter though. No big loss. Didn't know what I meant by large ones. Whichever. On to the next day. Take a look at this. 15% off everything. Well, anyway, it's the 20th. See if I can find something to take advantage of that. Here's a Siemens detector, but it's a addressable one, of course. So, and then there's a code 1, but that's that mislabeled one we've seen several times. And then that Consumer Reports is relisted, and then the Smoky Stover. Even though that's $22.50, maybe with the shipping that would count. I'd have to see. Then there's a status roll Dutch detector there. Now take a look at this CO detector coming up. Now I'm sure you viewers know better, but you shouldn't be buying these. Consumer Reports just tested some from here on eBay and Amazon with this design. Several of them didn't go off at all when exposed to CO, and a couple others went off too quickly. So yeah, don't buy those. Anyway, on to the next day. So we go to the 27th. First thing was this, just one of those child locators. But then take a look at this. Smoke Guard and the Sears. Smoke Guard 80989 and the Sears 462.57471. It's a Gaylor Scientific. As you can see, the Smoke Guard's pretty yellow, but since it was more than likely installed, I can't expect it to be bright white. There's the back of the alarm, the label inside, and the dirty cover. That could be clean though. There's the back of the Sears. I don't think it has its bracket. Pretty cool. Maybe, maybe not. We'll take a look at this one coming up. On the left, yep, the E9309, just like mine. That's pretty cool. A little expensive, but I think it's worth it because it's such a rare one. And of course, that's the alarm that kind of inspired me to do these eBay videos. So anyway, on to the next day. So we go to April 1st. Easter Sunday, April Fool's Day, whichever. But anyway, speaking of first, here's an SD76 RC. It's pretty cool. Box was kind of torn there, as you saw. But take a look at the picture. It looks like an SD76 RS. Then there's a First Alert trucker cap. It's pretty cool. And a BRK bracket. Now, my sister and her boyfriend were over, and we're watching the original Star Wars, and then this scene happened.
I told your parents that story about how mom was screaming and you like looked in the kitchen and then shut the door on her. Because I was downstairs in the family room and I could hear her screaming and I came upstairs and I was just like...
Yep, the classic cantina scene. But anyway, there's that Fire-X. I've seen that before because that's the one with the 79R on the back. Now the story my sister was talking about there was one year we had brought the patio umbrella in. Here's a BRK with the thermal sensor. Games was in that sometime. But anyway, yeah, we brought the patio umbrella in once, and Mom was making cookies, and then on the other side of the counter, the cat started jumping up and down. She was wondering what the heck is with her. So she walks over there. Here's a bat flying around the room. So evidently it was in the umbrella. Then when we brought it in, it just flew out of the umbrella and around the room. So Mom started screaming and dove to the floor. And Dad comes in and sees it. He closes the doors. That was back in Austin, so we had the pocket doors. That was pretty funny. So we'll go to April 4th. Last one of this volume. So first is this Honeywell Lyric 6 smoke. This is the second time I've seen this. Only for the second time. Then here's these. Again, stay away from that Fire-X looking one and then that one on the left. But take a look at this new tone. Notice how it has two indicators on it instead of one. Now look at the side. See the bottom of the label there? It's for their alarm systems. That's pretty cool. Then it's got like the wiring there on the test switch, the back. There's the instructions and the box. So the last thing I saw was this lifesaver. That's nothing special. Well, anyway, thanks for watching.